We're weeks away from an Xbox handheld hitting store shelves, and I got to go hands on with it. Spoiler, it's pretty darn great. But just as interesting as how Microsoft is approaching the portable PC market is the fact that it's part of this massive arms race. I'd argue part of a larger trend of players being pulled away from the living room and gaming on smaller screens. Is big screen gaming dead? Not exactly, but the handheld obsession is definitely here to stay. This all started 8 years ago when Nintendo's Switch changed everything. This novelty hybrid of console and handheld might not have had the power of their closest competitors, but the convenience of playing modern games however, wherever players wanted proved to be very popular. All the while, visual fidelity in gaming is mostly stagnated. Even 5 years after the Xbox Series and the PlayStation 5, big releases are still being made for old consoles to ensure that everyone can play new releases. These two factors essentially birthed the new market. If new games were still being built for an 11-year-old PlayStation 4, then a handheld with at least moderate specs could deliver big to the same players that love the Nintendo Switch. Valve was the first to deliver on this in 2022. The Steam Deck let players bring the majority of their PC libraries with them on the go, and it launched alongside an easy-to-use interface that even console players could grasp. Valve said the Steam Deck exceeded all sales expectations, so everyone followed suit. MSI, Lenovo, Asus all released their version of the handheld gaming PC. In the last couple months, we've seen Nintendo trying to recapture the magic with the Switch 2, and even PlayStation's released a device aimed squarely at this new crop of players. So what is it about handhelds that people love? It's just what we're used to. Smartphones have been pulling our attention away to small screens for a decade now, and it was just a matter of time for traditional gaming to follow suit. Having a dedicated gaming device on hand also frees up big household screens. So even when your roommates are binge watching the latest Netflix release, you can just keep playing, man. And that's before you consider how much multitasking we all do nowadays. Netflix reportedly wants shows to be designed around people who use their smartphones while they watch TV. Game makers are pushing this trend too. Xbox has made it very clear that they don't care how or where you're playing their games, so long as you're playing their games. So the Xbox Ally X is the perfect extension of this play anywhere mantra. And while the price will ultimately determine how popular it is, it's a pretty worthy effort to break into this competitive market. Gaming is more homogenized than ever, and the Xbox Ally X is just the latest piece of hardware trying to meet players where they are, even if that's not in front of a television with a controller in their hands.